when they tweet out a New York Times anti-racist reading list and ways for me to raise my kids to not be racist, I'm like, I'm a fucking 45-year-old. I have 2 kids. These people, I don't think have any kids. Like, I mean, and I'm going to criticize. And if they come back at me and say, fuck you, you're an old man, great. Yeah, so I guess Dave wants to talk to me. I'm not really sure why. I mean, I'm kind of sure why, but not really sure why. I don't really understand, but we'll have it out here in a couple
what do you
minutes.
think it is?
I know what it's about, but right. I don't know what this specific bone. I'm confused as to what he's. My theory is, and maybe I'll be proven wrong. My theory is that people got in his ear there and complained. This happens all the time. This happened with Albright, with Chaps complained. It happened with other shit when K. Marco complained. I suspect that people complained to Dave because they didn't like my criticism of people who they like. They like more than me, and that's okay. I don't. I'm a big boy. I don't mind it. But oh, he's texting now. He wants to talk now.
All right.
Call him up. I don't know. I'll be curious to see his.
Well,
hey,
hello?
what's up? What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, so we're doing it live. We're live to tape, but we're also on our YouTube channel right now as well.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm legitimately, as always, when we have these things, confused. Like when we were texting earlier, I was like, I don't know. Explain to me what the issue is. I watched some of the rundown. So I think I have some idea.
So I listened. It started before the rundown, but I listened.
No, I know.
I'm with Paul. So he played me a clip.
Okay.
And you repeated like tweet that I knew about before you mentioned it from this Turtle Boy guy who I've known about forever. He's a fucking clown, but whatever.
I like him, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're gonna twist words, but anyways, he basically tweeted, "Oh, he's one of these like." I wish Barstool was back when days, right?
He calls you guys a tough stool and all that. Us.
Right. I mean, he started early. I'm worth $100 million, and he does it for free. So he has some built up animosity for sure.
True, but okay.
You doubt that's true?
Well, I don't know if he does it for. I think he gets paid for. He has advertisers as well. But I understand your larger point. Let's not get
banner ads don't count.
Okay, let's not get lost in the weeds here.
I'm going. Here's the point. He said, oh, Barstool's changed, blah blah. How can I spike a Blind Mike article and like a Kirk article, and then allow an Ellie Schnitt like article, right? Something to that effect.
Right, but hold on. But what you said to me was, I retweeted. So I never said that. I never said ever, not once, that what Ellie did was on Barstool's blogs, or she said on.
You read his tweet, no?
So what if I read his tweet? What does that have to do with
you have to clarify that it's incorrect. You read his tweet. It's wrong. It's dead wrong.
If I read a tweet, okay. I mean, if that part of it is wrong.
If you read a tweet, it's a very big difference. My gripe is we did not spike, like we didn't allow Ellie to write that. She tweeted from her personal blog, just like I said to you.
Sure. And as I said to you,
I would never say.
As I said to you, you said, do I have a problem with Ellie? Of course, I have a problem with her doing it. I think she's wrong to tweet it out. I think that's wrong. I think there's a chance that money is being used to bail out people who are throwing bricks at cops and beating up people and
I don't disagree with you.
So, but that being said, I don't give a fuck she does it. But totally. I really don't. I don't. But I would say that you would, if you're looking at it from a Barstool perspective, if Ellie Schnitt were working at CVS and tweeted that out, 12 people would see it. If Ellie Schnitt's tweeting out with who she is at Barstool, a couple 100,000 people are seeing it. So it is a Barstool tweet in a way. And by the way, saying that from a point where she should absolutely do it if that's what she thinks. I don't care if she does it or not.
But I don't disagree with what you're saying. The thing that I wanted very clear is I have always said I never restrict what anybody tweets privately. I've never asked you to censor private tweets or that's your personal. So what Turtle Boy said, if you want to read that tweet.
Well, I don't even know what tweet you're talking about, but I'll go along with it. But you read it on your podcast. Okay,
you read it in light of Ellie. So Gaz, in light of like Ellie, you read it, and it sounded like we greenlit a blog she wrote while simultaneously spiking blogs you wrote. That's not true. It was never on the blog.
Well, first of all, I didn't say it was a blog. But secondly, I mean,
that's what he did.
K. Marco, and I am not. And as I said this last night. I said that if Gaz wanted to get this part of it, I said I am not comparing Trenny in the Army or fucking Albright to what happened in Minnesota. Of course not. But there has been political blogs or whatever blogs, however you want to call it, that we've written in the past that have been spiked. That's a fact. I mean, that's a fact.
Absolutely.
Okay, so then I don't really think we disagree on a whole lot here.
No, but the way you pose. I was already the Turtle Boy thing. People already like, I don't know, the 20 of his followers were like tweeting it at me, and it's like just not true. It's we don't censor individual. I've said this. I've sent the email before. Anybody can say whatever they want on their personal Twitters. If it comes back to affect Barstool, you may be held responsible for that. But I'm never going to spike it. It's your own thing. And what I agree with what you just said right now, the Trenny thing or different things, and the blog is different. Again, and I don't censor your podcast. I don't censor the personal, like the personal Twitters. But right now, the world is talking about this issue, so
Absolutely.
It's far more difficult to stand out than like Trenny.
Right, and I have no, as I said, we texted back. I have no problem with what I might, but here's the thing, which is this is what I thought it was going to be. Is I thought it was going to be, hey, Kirk dumped all over Ellie and Rhea and Fran.
Oh no,
okay, well that's fine. Okay, because I think those things are fucking stupid.
I agree with your. I think I don't know where that money is going. I agree with you that people who are looting should not be getting bailed out. I agree with that.
I don't like Fran or Ellie, whoever it was, tweeting out, you know, and again, I am not telling them not to do it. I'm not saying it should be censored. I'm just saying I'm going to be critical, like they can be of me. I don't mind.
Have absolutely zero problem with you going after them for those tweets. They put them out there.
When they tweet out a New York Times anti-racist reading list and ways for me to raise my kids to not be racist, I'm like, I'm a fucking 45-year-old. I have 2 kids. These people, I don't think have any kids. Like, I mean, and I'm a criticize, and if they come back at me and say, fuck you, you're an old man, great.
I have zero problem with you going at my problem.
I did not anticipate this being the problem. Okay.
Yeah. So my problem was, and if you went back and listened, I think you agree. He presented like somehow I was allowing that slant to be blogged, but not yours. And that's just not true. It was a personal tweet that we don't even know exists. And to be honest, I do let you that. That's fine. When it's personal, that's from you. When it changes when it's a blog. So the comparison, and if I misunderstood it, then I'm wrong. But
I think you might have, but I don't know.
That tweet. Can someone pull it up?
It was actually the story, I think, is what you were reading.
Yeah, because
there was a blog post that Turtle Boy made that talked about Barstool. So I don't think it was just a tweet.
Okay, and what is it? Is there a particular quote that you're looking at, Steve? I don't have it in front of me. You don't have it in front of you, Dave?
You read it on your.
Well, I know, but I read it. I don't know. I fucking have it in front of me all the time. I'll find it.
Yeah. So whatever that was, just the part that is like, well, I actually on all of it. Is closer to your point of view.
I know.
So there's no spiking going on. That was what I'm like. Wait a minute, we didn't greenlight spike anything.
Okay, let me ask you this. It's a hypothetical. Somebody, Ellie Schnitt, decides to write a blog saying, "Hey, I think your money should go here." Do you spike that blog or no? Right
now, probably not. In how it changes, but if you wrote opposite, it wouldn't either. The difference is, and it maybe some people may be like, "Wait, that doesn't make any sense." Is this is such a gigantic issue, it's far more difficult to be like creating some sort of battle on the business side because everyone's fucking talking about it and everyone has opinions. Right. So it's like, you know, it isn't, whereas like the Trenny as example, we're just picking a fight that we're the only ones fighting. So if it becomes news, it's us. It's like there's no one else really talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the story here, and I don't see him saying...
There's a line that says, yeah, you know, because Barstool isn't political except when they're financing domestic terrorism.
Right, that's the tweet. Well,
no, that wasn't it.
No?
Well, there's a tweet.
That wasn't it. The word was spiked. It was literally spiked.
Just a reminder that Blind Mike had a story spiked about Trenny Kuznarek falsely calling West Point cadets and white nationalists because they played the circle game.
Well, that's true. I mean, that was spiked. That's a fact.
But then he compares it to Ellie. It's all in
but he doesn't say that Ellie... But am I wrong, Steve? He doesn't say that a blog from Ellie was spiked. He's saying that she is using her Twitter page to...
No, he's saying it read as if we spiked your stuff and greenlit hers on the blog.
I think what they're saying, okay, I think we're now in semantical games, but I think what he's saying is you spiked our stories, but at the same time, there are people who work at that same company who are using their Twitter accounts to promote funding.
Okay, but even if you look under the comments, I got to find a tweet.
What the fuck do you care about the comments all of a sudden for? What are you so sensitive about?
No, I'm saying the comments were the people who were like understanding like this is unfair, like that you're comparing apples to oranges right now. Well, I'll find the fucking tweet. You read it.
Comments from who? I'm sure I did. I'm just saying I'm looking at his Twitter account.
The commenters were like there was no blog from Ellie. He made it sound very much like so. I understand that point of view. If you're saying we're greenlighting certain things and denying like your point of view,
right?
Different subject matter.
I agree.
But we never spike tweets. Like if you want to tweet anything, you can tweet it.
Right. Yes. No. I've never had that conversation with you ever. You've ever said anything.
So
yeah,
all right. So then we are in a semantical game because that is the statement. I'm like, wait a minute, that is not what we're doing.
Right. But I think you're saying that I somehow, like.
Well, I think if you went back,
my role. I mean, what did so Gaz heard the sound?
I listened to it.
Oh, okay. But Gaz played it for you.
Yeah, Gaz. Well, we already knew about the tweet. All right.
What a rat. Gaz stabbing me in the back. I can't believe it.
Big time. So
Jesus
he's like,
Christ.
listen, but I listened to it in talking to you. I don't think you totally got how I understood it. I think if you re-listen, you're like, I see what he's saying.
No, you might be right. But you might be right. And the guy's been super loyal to me. He's fought Murchison with me, Turtle Boy. Like, I know he doesn't like you, but that's whatever.
Well, that's because I'm sitting in Florida overlooking the Keys, and he's fucking in his basement watching out for our men in our fucking shield.
That could be it. But like, but I don't know. I mean, I don't remember doing it. All I know is we had 50,000 fucking things going on. I might have saw a tweet. And I do think it's, for me, like, personally, like, I get worked up. I see Rhea and Fran, who I know are very nice people, and I'm sure they fucking think I'm an asshole now. That's fine, too. But
I had 0.0 problem with you responding and going after
them.
So
I see that, and I just get worked up because I'm looking at, and like I said, I have zero perspective on what people are going through, like what people are going through on that side. No idea. But, I hear that, and I'm like, geez, I'm looking at people bashing fucking cop cars with 2x4s and throwing fucking cocktails at them in New York. And I'm like, if $1 is going there, and by the way, all due respect to Ellie and Fran and Rhea, I'm not sure how deep they dug into where every single dollar is going. That's the other thing. And, so I'm just looking at it like, it just seems not smart to me.
I don't disagree with that take at all. So it wasn't like, I don't want you going after that. Listen, they tweet that out. They do that. They enter the arena. That's fair game. We're trying to keep written blogs fairly like logical and not, we don't want it to be fucking crazy because but if you have a point of view, like everything, I mean, to a degree in my rant, which wasn't like a pulser, I said what you said. It's like, the cops are I don't agree with all the stuff that's going on. It's very hard. It's a complicated situation, but it had nothing to do with what you were saying to them. I just thought it was unfair. To me, it came across as if we greenlit a blog from her, won't let blogs from you go.
No,
when we let everything Twitter go.
That's not the case. I mean, as far as I know, there's no blog written on Barstool. So if that's written or said, I didn't see that. If that's written and said, it's not accurate, but I didn't see that. So we essentially don't really disagree on much.
No, I wasn't expecting it.
Okay, well, it seemed like you kind of started texting me this afternoon. I'm like, oh, well, here we fucking go.
Well, I texted you like you kind of misrepresented what happened, which maybe you weren't, in my interpretation, it was making it sound like he was saying we killed the Trenny blog, which I did, and then greenlit this Ellie Schnitt blog, which never happened. And there's a multiple of reasons why that may even happen. Even saying that now, it's a much different situation because everybody's talking.
Well, is there any part of you who runs the company, has a big stake in the company? And again, I don't want this to happen. But let's say fucking 3 cops get killed tonight. God forbid. Is there a party that then steps into Ellie and if they're tweeting this shit out and saying, cut this shit out or no? From a Twitter perspective, I'm saying, or no?
No, listen, the Twitter,
you know what I'm saying, though? Like, if there's...
Yeah, but I feel like it's what I said previously. I feel like Twitter is very much an individual expression of how you feel, which I don't ever really want to censor. However, I also say that doesn't mean you can just say, wait, this shouldn't... You represent Barstool, whether you like it or not on your Twitter. I'm never going to tell you not to do something, but there could be repercussions for what you do. I'm not saying for what they did, but, if they do something, let's say in the worst case scenario, 3 cops died in there and someone's like, right. Like, fuck those cops. Like, cops are bad. That would be something that I would say would have negative repercussions to Barstool that you may have to pay the price for.
Okay. I don't know. Am I missing anything else?
I'd never say ever on your individual tweets, like, no, you can't say that. You speak for yourself and your personal views. And once you do it, I would never, ever say, hey, Kirk, you can't go back at somebody. Of course you can. They put it out into the world.
Right. Okay. Anything else or no?
No, it looks like we're a big happy family.
How does it work? Do you get the money back from Goodell, or how does that work?
Well, knowing how stupid they are, they'll somehow forget to refund me. I have not been refunded yet.
Was do you know what the policy is for that historically?
I thought they said they hadn't charged your card.
Yeah, they charged the card instantly. So, you know, best case scenario, it somehow slips and they basically robbed me. And then maybe, I don't know, grand larceny or something. I don't know what charges I can trump up on him stealing my money for a charity event. But
were you surprised they played?
How about that news stuff, by the way? How about him doing it on a Friday?
Unbelievable.
Friday at 5:30 in the middle of a world riot.
Well, I mean, were you surprised they played the wouldn't pass some security card? That was a little more creative than I thought they were going to be.
Well, I mean, they made me look like Billy the Kid with the list of charges. And then they threw the Brady one in just for kicks.
Well, I mean, I'm wondering, like, you know, Goodell has run across some fairly shaky individuals in the past. Like, if he goes and shakes hands with somebody who was arrested in 1986, do they check any of these people? No fucking way. No chance. No chance.
Yeah. I think the barrier for denial in the NFL is like basically legitimate murder. I think anything other than murder, you pretty much can play.
Yeah, I mean, he hangs out. I'm sure he's hung out with Ray Lewis, and there's just pictures of them hugging in the last 10 years. I would think.
Big time.
Yeah,
big time.
Jesus.
Big time. But I mean, he's an idiot. It was, as I said from the beginning, there was no way he was ever going to let me do it. So I basically got a free run of the publicity cycle, unless he never gives the money back. But I mean, the fact he did this contest, let me continually bid on it without banning me, didn't lie or say something I didn't win, let me get the confirmation that I won, only then to do that. I mean, he's an idiot.
He is an idiot. Well, all right. Well, fine. So until this happens again, until you totally overreact and go in without facts and
I didn't really overreact.
A little bit. I think you're backing down a little bit.
Well, let's play the clip. Find the clip and put it in whatever we're doing right now.
I mean, Gaz, did Gaz pull did he text you the clip, or did he just show it to you right in front of you?
No, he just walked out with his phone.
And was like, I mean, why would he do that to me? We always get along great.
Well, you sound like you got Turtle Boy watching your nuts, and I got Gaz looking out for me. He's got to do something for me.
I suppose.
He's sitting here, what
a fucking shit stir. What a fucking shit stir. Well, there you go. All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
See you.